In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of constantly seeking validation, especially in relationships. But what if I told you that applying a few simple Stoic principles could completely shift the way women perceive you? Imagine a reality where she's the one reaching out first, where she craves your attention, and you're no longer the one chasing. In this video, I'll break down the exact steps to shift the power dynamic, stop being just another option, and start becoming irresistible. Are you ready to take control? Let me know in the comments if you're tired of always making the first move. Now let's dive in. 1. The power of absence and the mystery factor. We live in a world of instant messaging and constant notifications. Everyone expects immediate responses, and the pressure to stay connected is stronger than ever. But here's the truth. Being too available makes you too predictable, and predictability kills intrigue. When you choose to step outside this cycle, you tap into a powerful psychological principle: scarcity. The less accessible something is, the more valuable it becomes. This applies directly to your attention. By not always being at her beck and call, you create mystery, and mystery is magnetic. Think about it. When you're not instantly replying, she starts to wonder about you. What's he up to? Why isn't he responding right away? That curiosity builds attraction. But this isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about truly valuing your time. Instead of waiting by the phone, imagine living a life filled with purpose, investing in your hobbies, career, fitness, and friendships. When she reaches out and you don't respond immediately, it's not because you're trying to create tension, it's because you're busy actually enjoying your life. And here's the kicker. When you stop being so available, she subconsciously starts associating your absence with feelings of anticipation, desire, and curiosity. Your life becomes something she wants to be a part of. The Stoic mindset, detaching from the need for validation. Stoicism teaches us one of the most powerful lessons in attraction. True confidence comes from within, not from external validation. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In relationships, this means not chasing or over-investing just to feel worthy. Instead, you focus on your growth, your goals, and your purpose. And ironically, the moment you stop seeking attention, you become more attractive. When you're independent, self-sufficient, and emotionally grounded, women feel that energy. You're no longer the guy desperately trying to win approval. You're the man she wants to impress. So instead of rushing to respond to every message, start channeling that energy into your own passions. Become comfortable in your own space and watch as she starts leaning into you, craving your presence, and wondering what's on your mind. The power of absence. Why she starts chasing you. You'll notice a subtle yet powerful shift in the dynamic. She'll start calling and texting you more, not because you're playing hard to get, but because you've built a life that's genuinely worth pursuing. When you're not always available, your value naturally increases. The mystery you create makes her want to know more about you. Yet in today's world, we rush to fill every silence with noise, every moment with constant communication. But the ancient Stoics understood something timeless. Real strength comes from restraint, balance, and never chasing approval. This isn't about being cold or distant. It's about setting boundaries and showing that your time and attention are valuable. When you embrace this mindset, the women who truly appreciate your worth will start reaching out to you, craving your presence. If this message resonates with you, drop a "I trust the process" in the comments to affirm your strength, patience, and commitment to personal growth. Let's build something great together. 2. Mastering the unexpected. Compliment. How to leave a lasting impression. Most women hear the same recycled compliments all the time. You're gorgeous. I love your smile. You look amazing. Nice. Sure. But do they stand out? Not really. In a world where women are constantly bombarded with attention, these compliments can feel empty, even insincere. So, how do you break through the noise and leave a real impact? The answer: master the art of the unexpected compliment. Instead of commenting on just her looks, pay attention to the little details she shares with enthusiasm. What does she talk about with passion? Is she deeply invested in a hobby, a cause, or a project? Did she recently travel somewhere and can't stop talking about it? Listen for the moments when her eyes light up, when her voice changes tone. Those moments reveal her true self, and that's where your compliment should land. For example, instead of saying, "You're beautiful," say, "I love how passionate you get when you talk about your art. It's contagious." This type of compliment is meaningful because it shows that you're not just noticing her looks, but truly seeing her, her passions, her energy, her essence. Why this works so well: it sets you apart. While most guys only focus on her exterior, you notice her intellect, emotions, and depth. That builds a stronger bond than flattery ever could. It taps into her identity. Women want to be valued for more than just their appearance. When you acknowledge her mind, talents, and personality, you build trust and emotional connection. It creates lasting attraction. Ever had someone compliment you in a way that made you feel truly understood? That's the kind of compliment that lingers in the mind long after the conversation ends. When you start complimenting who she is, not just how she looks, you create a space where she feels deeply connected and respected, and that's the kind of man she wants in her life. Go beyond the superficial. Compliment what truly matters. If you want to stand out, stop focusing on surface-level compliments and start appreciating the things that truly matter to her. Pay attention to the small details, the passions, dreams, and quirks that make her unique. When you show genuine interest in who she is beyond her appearance, you create a connection that keeps her thinking about you and wanting to reach out more often. This isn't just about attraction, it's about building a relationship based on mutual understanding and respect. And in the philosophy of Stoic happiness, this approach aligns perfectly with valuing deep, meaningful connections over fleeting, shallow interactions. Stoicism teaches us to appreciate people for who they are, not just for how they look or what they can offer. When you compliment her in this way, you're not only strengthening your bond, but also practicing core Stoic virtues: awareness, respect, and emotional intelligence. Do you find this approach valuable? If so, type "I agree" in the comments to share your thoughts and connect with others who resonate with this mindset. Maintaining your purpose and independence. Let's talk about one of the defining traits of high-value men: a strong sense of purpose. Purpose isn't just about having a job or a hobby, it's about having something that drives you every single day, a passion, a mission, a vision that gives your life meaning. As Viktor Frankl famously said, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how." This is what separates men of value from the rest. And it's exactly what women, especially ambitious, self-driven women, find deeply attractive. Think about it. Women don't want to be the center of your universe. They want to be part of a universe that's already thriving. They want to see that you have your own goals, dreams, and ambitions, and that you're relentlessly pursuing them. If you've ever found yourself waiting anxiously for her text, constantly wondering how to get her attention, ask yourself, is this what high-value men do? Absolutely not. High-value men don't chase, they lead. When you pour your energy into your own growth, whether it's building your career, improving your health, or mastering a skill, you send a powerful message: I don't need validation to feel good about myself. And here's the reality: when you stop seeking attention, you naturally start attracting it. Focus on what's within your control. How many times have you felt frustrated when a woman didn't respond right away? Instead of trying to win her attention, shift your focus to something far more important, earning your own self-respect. The Stoic mindset teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. When you live in alignment with your values and purpose, you stop looking for happiness outside yourself. You become centered, driven, and self-sufficient. And here's where it gets interesting. High-value men don't just say they're busy, they show it. If you're training for a marathon, building a business, or hitting the gym every Saturday morning, your actions speak louder than words. She'll see that you're serious about your goals. And that's powerful because it reinforces one simple truth. Your time is precious. This scarcity of availability naturally increases your value, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. When you're not always available, she starts to realize that your life is full and interesting, and she'll want to be a part of it. True attraction begins with purpose. When a woman sees that you are deeply committed to your mission, something shifts. You're no longer just another guy trying to impress her. You become someone she admires, someone she respects, and ultimately, that's what creates deep, lasting attraction. The beauty of admiration: inspire, don't chase. True admiration isn't about manipulation or playing mind games. It's about genuine respect for who you are and what you're building. She'll start calling, texting, and reaching out, not because she feels pressured, but because she wants to. This is what I mean when I say, don't chase her, become someone worth pursuing. When you focus on your growth and authenticity, you're not just attracting her, you're inspiring her. She'll want to be part of your victories, your challenges, your highs, and your lows. Over time, she'll realize that being with you isn't just about a relationship, it's about being part of a bigger journey. A truly fulfilling connection isn't based on seeking validation. It's built on creating a life so meaningful and purpose-driven that others naturally want to be a part of it. So ask yourself, are you living with purpose? Are you building a life that revolves around your growth, ambitions, and passions, not just around her? Because when you do, you'll find that women won't just text or call. You'll become someone they genuinely want to be around. This is the power of purpose. It's how high-value men attract and sustain meaningful long-term connections. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what truly matters, ourselves and our path. And when you commit to that, everything else falls into place. What are your thoughts on this? Drop a comment and let's keep this conversation going. The art of subtle challenges. If you want to build lasting attraction, here's something crucial to remember. Predictability is your enemy. In today's fast-paced dating world, where conversations often feel repetitive, your ability to engage her mentally and emotionally is a game changer. Women, especially those who are independent and self-assured, don't just want someone who agrees with everything they say. They're drawn to men who challenge them, who spark their curiosity, stimulate their intellect, and offer fresh perspectives on the world. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is key to mastering subtle challenges. It's not just what you talk about, it's how you approach the conversation that makes an impact. How to use subtle challenges in conversation. Imagine she tells you she loves a certain movie. Most guys might nod along and agree just to keep the conversation smooth, but instead you say, "I get why so many people love that movie, but personally, I prefer films that focus more on deep character development. What do you think about movies that explore more complex themes?" This small shift transforms the conversation. Instead of passively agreeing, you're encouraging her to think deeper, express herself, and engage in a more meaningful exchange. The goal isn't to debate or prove her wrong, it's to create a dynamic, engaging interaction that adds value to her perspective. And something interesting happens when you do this. She starts to wonder about you. What else do you think differently about? What are your beliefs? How do you view the world? This curiosity is what makes her want to reach out, to text, to call, to keep the conversation going, because she sees you as someone with depth, originality, and confidence. Why this works so powerfully. A man who can subtly challenge a woman in conversation is a man who stands out. It shows that you have your own opinions and values. You're confident enough to express your perspective. You're not just seeking approval, you're adding value to the interaction. This is how you cultivate real attraction, by being someone who isn't afraid to engage, challenge, and make her think. Want to take your interactions to the next level? Try this approach and watch how the energy shifts. The power of standing, firm in a world that conforms, in a world where most people simply go along with the flow. Standing by your beliefs with confidence and grace sets you apart. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Your ability to stay true to your values while engaging in thoughtful, respectful dialogue is a rare trait, one that signals emotional strength and maturity. It tells her that you're not easily swayed, that your opinions come from a place of depth and self-awareness. And those are qualities that women find deeply attractive. Today, more than ever, women admire men who can hold firm in their principles without being arrogant or dismissive. The ability to engage in a healthy debate without letting it turn into a heated argument shows not only intellectual maturity, but also emotional intelligence. This balance between confidence in your own perspective and respect for hers is what creates genuine, dynamic connections. It's the foundation of a relationship built on mutual respect and curiosity, not just one where you're seeking approval. By mastering the art of subtle challenge, you become someone who adds depth and intrigue to her life. Instead of blending into the background, you become the person she looks forward to talking to, the one who stimulates her mind and keeps her engaged. And when she starts craving those meaningful exchanges, don't be surprised if her texts and calls come more frequently. It's not magic, it's the power of being real in a world that craves authenticity. If this message resonates with you, like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's keep this conversation going. What does staying true to yourself mean to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. 5. Building emotional depth through vulnerability. In a world where everyone is trying to present a perfect, flawless image, vulnerability has become a rare and incredibly powerful trait. Think about it. Social media, dating apps, and even everyday interactions are highlight reels showcasing only the best moments. But this constant perfection often leaves people feeling disconnected and lonely. Deep down, we're all searching for something real. So why is vulnerability so important? Because it's a sign of authenticity, a trait that not only sets you apart, but makes you more relatable and magnetic. You might think that showing vulnerability makes you look weak, especially as a man. But the reality, it's the complete opposite. When you have the courage to show emotional depth, you demonstrate strength, resilience, and a genuine ability to connect with others. And this is something that women find incredibly attractive. It lets them see the real you, not just the confident exterior you present to the world. Why vulnerability works? Ask yourself, how many people in your life truly open up in a meaningful way? Probably not many. And that's exactly why being vulnerable is so powerful. It draws people in. Women, in particular, are tired of surface-level interactions that dominate most conversations today. They crave depth, authenticity, and someone who isn't afraid to be real. But here's the key. Vulnerability isn't about oversharing or pouring your heart out too soon. It's about sharing meaningful experiences that let someone see who you really are. Maybe you've faced a major setback, a failed dream, a tough breakup, or an unexpected life challenge. You don't need to dwell on the hardship itself. Instead, share the journey and the lessons you learned. For example, imagine saying, "There was a time when I almost gave up on a big dream, but pushing through it taught me so much about who I really am." That's not just a story of struggle, it's a story of growth, resilience, and self-discovery. And that is the kind of conversation that makes a lasting impact. Women don't connect with perfection. They connect with realness. They admire a man who has faced adversity and come out stronger because that's someone they can truly trust and respect. So here's your challenge. Start embracing vulnerability as a strength, not a weakness. Because the men who do, they build deeper, more meaningful connections that go far beyond just attraction. Why vulnerability is your hidden strength. Coming out stronger after facing life's challenges. Why does that matter? Because it's rare. In a world where everyone is trying to project an image of perfection, what women truly desire is genuine connection. They want to know that you've faced ups and downs, learned from them, and that you handle life's tough moments with maturity and grace. This is where vulnerability becomes an attractive strength, not a weakness. It shows that you're not just capable of navigating life's struggles, but doing so in a way that leads to growth and emotional depth. And that's what builds trust and connection. Women don't just want a polished exterior. They want someone real, someone with experiences, struggles, and wisdom, someone they can connect with on a deeper level. How to use vulnerability to build attraction. Of course, vulnerability doesn't mean oversharing your deepest emotions too soon. It's about letting her into your journey in a way that feels natural. It's about slowly building an emotional connection, allowing her to see the strength that comes from your experiences. When you create this deeper, authentic bond, she won't just enjoy talking to you, she'll crave those moments. The next time you connect, she'll be eager for another genuine, meaningful conversation. So how can you start applying this? Think about moments in your life that shaped you. Reflect on challenges you've overcome and how they helped you grow. Share these experiences naturally, not to seek sympathy, but to show who you truly are. The Stoic mindset reminds us that true strength comes from embracing life's difficulties and using them to become better, not bitter. Vulnerability isn't about weakness, it's about having the courage to own your story. And when you do that, the connection you build will be real, lasting, and powerful. So the next time you want to make a lasting impression, remember, vulnerability is your secret weapon. It's what turns ordinary connections into extraordinary bonds, the kind that make her reach out first because she feels something real with you. If this message resonates with you, drop a comment below. I will apply this, and let's keep growing together. 6. The power of unpredictable gestures. In relationships, the unexpected is what keeps the spark alive, especially in today's fast-paced world, where people are bombarded with instant gratification. Genuine excitement comes from the little surprises that break the routine. Think about it. How often do relationships fall into predictable patterns where everything starts feeling the same? When that happens, the excitement slowly fades. Women, like everyone else, crave stimulation. But not in the way you might think. It's not about flashy gestures or over-the-top surprises. What really keeps her engaged are the small, thoughtful, and unpredictable actions that show you're thinking of her, even when you're not around. Why small surprises? Work so well. It's not about planning grand romantic gestures. Instead, it's about doing things that make her feel special and seen without overwhelming her. For example, sending her a song with a message. This reminded me of you. Planning an impromptu coffee date at that little cafe she once mentioned. Leaving a thoughtful note or sending a simple voice message just to check in. These aren't big, elaborate moves, but they make a big impact because they show you're paying attention. The science behind unpredictability and attraction. Why does this approach work so well? It's simple. Human nature craves anticipation. When you surprise her in small ways, you create an element of mystery and excitement. She starts wondering, what's he going to do next? And that uncertainty keeps her intrigued, engaged, and wanting more. Suddenly, you're not the one always initiating. She starts reaching out first because she's excited to hear from you. The takeaway? Keep things fresh by being thoughtful and a little unpredictable, not with big gestures, but with small, meaningful actions that make her feel truly valued. The art of thoughtful unpredictability. How to keep her drawn to you. Attraction isn't built through expensive gifts or grand gestures. It's created in the mental and emotional space where she feels drawn toward you. What truly sets you apart isn't trying to impress her with over-the-top moves, but showing her your thoughtfulness and creativity in ways that actually matter. Women today are surrounded by predictable interactions, dry texts, generic compliments, and conversations that feel like a script. But a high-value man, someone who embodies the Stoic mindset, does things differently. What makes you stand out isn't just unpredictability, it's thoughtful unpredictability. It's about paying attention to small details others overlook and showing her that you see her in a way most people don't. What does this look like? The secret isn't about being reckless or flashy, it's about subtle, meaningful actions. Sending her a song that reminds you of her, out of the blue. Bringing up something small she mentioned in passing. Surprising her with an inside joke from an old conversation. These gestures don't seek validation, they signal confidence. A Stoic man doesn't need to prove his worth with over-the-top actions. His quiet presence, his ability to observe and respond thoughtfully, is what draws people toward him. Take a moment to reflect. How often do you do something unexpected for her just to show you care? If your answer is not enough, this is where you begin. Being unpredictable doesn't mean being someone you're not. It simply means being attentive in ways that leave a lasting impression. It's these moments that create a deeper, more meaningful connection, one that pulls her toward you rather than making you chase her. So what will you do next? Will you take a moment to think of a small, thoughtful gesture that shows her she's on your mind, even when you're apart? Engage her curiosity. Make her feel valued. Not by being predictable, but by being uniquely, effortlessly attentive. And when you do this consistently, you'll notice something shift. She'll start reaching out first, intrigued, wondering what you'll do next. This, my friend, is the art of keeping her drawn to you. As the great Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." So dare to be thoughtfully unpredictable and watch how your connection deepens in a way that's meaningful, memorable, and lasting. Drop a comment below. I'll apply this, and let's keep the conversation going. 7. The underrated power of being a great listener. One of the most overlooked skills in today's world is also one of the most powerful, being a great listener. In a time where quick texts and shallow conversations dominate, true, deep connection is something many women crave. But being a great listener isn't just about hearing words, it's about truly understanding the emotions and intentions behind them. Think about it. When was the last time someone listened to you without interrupting, without thinking about their next response? That kind of presence is rare, and when you offer it to a woman, it creates a bond that no amount of texting or smooth lines ever could. How Stoicism helps you. Master the art of listening. Stoicism isn't just about controlling emotions, it's about mastering your reactions. And one of the best ways to apply this in relationships is by practicing active listening. It's not about just hearing her, it's about being fully present with her. Here's how to start. Put away distractions, especially your phone. Make eye contact and give her your full attention. Listen to understand, not just to reply. Most people are mentally juggling 100 things at once, which is why true presence is so rare. But when you make her feel genuinely heard, you instantly set yourself apart, because at the end of the day, people remember how you made them feel. The power of presence. Why listening makes you unforgettable. When you give her your full attention, you're doing more than just hearing her words. You're showing her that in that moment, she's the most important person in the room. This isn't some tactic to make her call you more often. It's about something far more important, respecting her thoughts and feelings. When you're deeply present, you're telling her her words matter. You're genuinely interested in her. She's worth your undivided attention. And that's what builds trust and connection, the foundation of any strong relationship. Listening is more than just staying silent. Great listening isn't about waiting for your turn to talk. It's about actively engaging. Ask thoughtful questions that show you're absorbing what she's saying. A simple, "How did that make you feel?" or "What did you take away from that experience?" can turn a basic conversation into something deeply meaningful. Stay fully present instead of planning what to say next. A woman can tell when she's being truly heard, and when someone's just nodding along, waiting to respond. When you really listen, she won't just feel valued, she'll be drawn to you in a way that no clever text or pick-up line could ever achieve. The art of observation, small details, big impact. Great listening goes hand in hand with great observation. It's about noticing the little things that others overlook. Did she mention an important work meeting? Follow up and ask how it went. Is she passionate about a certain hobby? Learn a bit about it so you can engage in a real conversation. These small acts of attention send a powerful message. You don't just listen, you care. Why this works? The Stoic approach to connection. In Stoicism, mastering emotional control and self-awareness is key. And one of the most powerful ways to apply this is by eliminating distractions and being fully present. When you listen and observe intentionally, you make her feel truly understood, which is rare. Stand out from the crowd of guys who are only half listening. Create a connection that goes beyond surface-level attraction. This level of engagement, this Stoic discipline of presence and focus, sets you apart. And when you consistently show up this way, she'll naturally want to text you, call you, and be around you more often. The secret to lasting attraction: give her something rare. If you want to stand out and build deeper connections, become an exceptional listener. When you listen with purpose and observe with care, you're not just giving her your time, you're giving her something much rarer: your respect, your presence, your genuine interest. And that's what creates lasting relationships. Not games, not manipulation, but a real connection that starts with listening. Bringing Stoic wisdom into your daily life. In this video, we've explored powerful Stoic principles that can transform your interactions and help you attract women with confidence and authenticity. By mastering emotional control, detachment from external validation, self-respect and quiet confidence, silence, the power they never saw coming. They think they've figured you out, that they can push your buttons and control your every move. But what if your silence shattered that illusion? What if your silence became the storm they never saw coming? This isn't just about walking away, it's about walking away stronger, wiser, and more unshakable than ever before. So tell me, how have you used silence to reclaim your power? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's spark a conversation. And remember, this isn't just about watching, it's about action. Like this video, if you're ready to take the next step in your journey, let's flip the script and make silence your most powerful weapon. Ready? Let's dive in. Mastering the art of non-reaction reaction. That's their weapon of choice. They thrive on your anger, your frustration, your vulnerability. Every outburst fuels their control, giving them exactly what they want. power over you. But what if you flipped the script? The strength of non-reaction. Non-reaction, a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom, is not about weakness or passivity. It's about silent, unshakable strength. Picture yourself as a fortress, immovable, impenetrable, completely unaffected by the storms they try to throw your way. This is what Stoicism teaches us. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By choosing not to react, you reclaim control and shatter their expectations." Silence is not submission, it's mastery. Non-reaction isn't about ignoring what happens around you. It's an act of deliberate restraint. It starts with self-awareness, knowing what triggers you and choosing not to let it dictate your behavior. Think back to a time when someone's words or actions ignited a fire inside you. Were those battles worth fighting? Did reacting actually serve your peace, or did it just feed their chaos? Stoicism teaches us to pause, breathe, and ask ourselves, does responding serve my peace, or does it fuel their control? Imagine being a still lake while they throw stones, expecting ripples. But instead, you remain calm and unshaken. Their frustration grows because now they're forced to face their own emptiness. True power lies in what you choose to entertain. Modern life constantly tests our patience. A heated argument, a snide remark, a stranger's unnecessary rudeness. Your ego demands you retaliate, assert dominance, prove your worth. But Stoicism invites you to operate on a higher plane, one where not every battle is worth your energy. Seneca wisely said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Likewise, it is not the man who holds his tongue that is weak, but the man who craves retaliation who is truly powerless. When you master non-reaction, you realize that true strength is choosing peace over their drama. Silence speaks louder than words. By choosing calm over chaos, you send a message louder than words ever could. You are unshakable. You are not controlled by their games. You are the master of your own mind. This doesn't mean tolerating mistreatment. It means discerning what deserves your energy and what doesn't. A non-reactive stance forces them to question their own actions. They expect resistance, they expect anger, but when you give them nothing, they are left grappling with their own emptiness. You become the mountain. Imagine a mountain standing firm as the wind howls and the storm rages. That mountain is you when you practice non-reaction. Let them scream. Let them hurl insults. They will exhaust themselves. While you remain steadfast, by choosing not to respond, you shift the balance of power. Their attempts to control you crumble, and they are left realizing that you are beyond their reach. This is the essence of Stoicism, transforming the chaos around you into calm within you. I choose calm over chaos. Say it with conviction, write it down, live it. With every moment of non-reaction, you're not just dismantling their attitude, you're building an unshakable, resilient version of yourself. One that is composed, grounded, and untouchable. Let your silence speak volumes. Let your calm be the greatest display of strength. This is your power, this is your wisdom, this is your peace, and it is yours to keep. Thrive in independence. Independence isn't just about being free from others, it's about breaking free from their hold over you. It means cutting loose from the invisible chains of their opinions and expectations. It's about standing tall in your truth and choosing to live life on your own terms. When you stop seeking validation, when you stop bending to their whims, something powerful happens. Their grip on you crumbles. Some people want you to stay small, predictable and dependent because it keeps them in control. But here's the truth. Your silence, your refusal to play their game, dismantles their entire foundation. This is the essence of dark Stoic psychology, the quiet strength of standing firm without engaging in their noise. The exhaustion of seeking approval. Think about it. How many times have you felt drained by trying to please everyone, chasing their approval, meeting their expectations, walking on eggshells to avoid conflict? It's exhausting, it's unfulfilling, and worst of all, it pulls you further away from what actually matters, your own happiness. Stoic happiness isn't found in other people's opinions. It comes from within, from aligning your actions with your values and letting go of what you cannot control. So ask yourself, who is at the center of your world right now? Is it them or is it you? Because thriving in independence begins the moment you make yourself the priority. A story of reclaiming power. Let me tell you about Mia, a friend of mine who used to shape her entire life around her partner's needs. Every decision, big or small, was about making him happy, earning his approval, avoiding conflict. One day, she looked in the mirror and realized she didn't even recognize herself anymore. That's when she decided to take her life back. She started small, joined a book club she had always wanted to try, rediscovered her love for painting, took solo trips to places she had always dreamed of visiting. At first, her partner didn't take it well. He tried to guilt-trip her, pull her back in, keep her orbiting around him. But Mia stayed firm. And over time, not only did she rediscover herself, but she also built a deeply fulfilling life on her own terms. And here's the twist. The moment she stopped chasing his validation, he started chasing hers. Because her silence, her independence, spoke louder than words ever could. Breaking free from the cage. The road to independence isn't always easy. It's like breaking out of a cage you've been in for years. The door might be open, but taking that first step. Terrifying. Your wings might feel rusty, but the more you push forward, the stronger they become. And once you truly begin to fly, you'll wonder why you ever stayed grounded for so long. Every small step, every no to something that doesn't serve you, every boundary you set, every passion you pursue is a step toward reclaiming your power. Ralph Waldo Emerson said it best. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Live unapologetically. Thriving in independence isn't just about walking away from their control, it's about walking toward the life you deserve. So when you feel the weight of their judgment and when their disapproval tries to pull you back in, remember this: you are building something far greater, a life rooted in freedom, authenticity, and purpose. Now let me ask you, what's one thing you've been holding back on because of someone else's opinion? How would your life change if you started doing it today? Write it down, reflect on it, take that first step, because independence is your birthright, and you don't need anyone's permission to claim it. If this message resonates with you, share it with someone who needs this reminder. Your strength, your freedom, your power, it's all within you. 3. Define and uphold your boundaries. Have you ever wondered why silence can be so powerful? Why at times it speaks louder than words? Let me tell you this. Your silence alone can dismantle their attitude. In the art of dark Stoic psychology, silence isn't just the absence of sound, it's a deliberate act of control, a way to reclaim your power without lifting a finger. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That strength lies in your ability to choose silence when words are no longer useful. In those moments, you shift the focus back to yourself. embodying the Stoic mindset of emotional independence and self-mastery. Think about it. When someone pushes your boundaries, disrespects your values, tries to manipulate your emotions, what do they expect? A reaction, a rise, a confrontation. They thrive on that. But when you respond with silence, you starve their attitude of the fuel it needs to grow. This isn't weakness, this is strategy. It's what high-value men and women do. They don't waste their energy proving their worth or defending their decisions. They let their boundaries speak for themselves, calmly and unapologetically. Boundaries, your silent strength. Silence doesn't mean avoidance. Silence doesn't mean passivity. It means engaging on your terms from a place of strength, not insecurity. Boundaries, like silence, are a form of communication. They tell the world, this is who I am, this is what I will not tolerate. And let's be clear, boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are gates, allowing access only to those who respect your space. Ask yourself, are there people in your life who drain your energy, disrespect your values, or dismiss your feelings? How often do you allow their behavior because you're afraid to enforce your boundaries? Stoicism teaches us that our peace, energy, and self-worth are treasures worth protecting. If someone takes advantage of your kindness or exploits your patience, they don't deserve the privilege of your time or attention. Your fortress of boundaries. Imagine yourself as a fortress. Your boundaries are the walls that guard your peace. Without them, anyone can walk in, wreak havoc, and leave you in shambles. But with firm boundaries in place, you are untouchable. And the key isn't just setting boundaries, it's enforcing them. It's not enough to say, I value my peace. You must act on it. When someone crosses the line, you address it calmly and firmly. Set consequences without hesitation. Walk away if they refuse to respect them. No warnings, no explanations, no apologies, because respect is non-negotiable. Handling the critics. Some people will dislike your boundaries. They'll call you cold, selfish, or cruel. They'll say, but they're family, but you've been friends for years. Don't fall for it. Time does not excuse disrespect. And labels like family or friendship don't give anyone a free pass to mistreat you. Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If someone can't respect the lines you've drawn, they've disqualified themselves from your life. 4. Spend time with people who respect you. Respect is the foundation of all meaningful relationships. Epictetus famously said, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. This means understanding your worth and never compromising it for people who fail to value you. Think about how much you've sacrificed, your time, energy, and even peace, all to accommodate others. But how often do these same people return that respect? If the answer is rarely or never, then it's time to embrace a Stoic principle that will transform your life. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, respect your boundaries, value your presence, align yourself with those who truly respect you. This isn't about arrogance or pride, it's about self-preservation. It's about building relationships that fuel your growth rather than drain your energy. Respect isn't found in empty compliments or shallow gestures, it's revealed in actions. Who shows up when it matters? Who listens without judgment? Who respects your boundaries, even when they don't align with their interests? In a world full of distractions, it's easy to mistake attention for respect. But Stoicism teaches us to look deeper. True respect is not about what someone gains from you, it's about who they are. The right people value your presence, not because they need something from you, but because it aligns with their character. Your life is a garden. Choose who tends to it. Imagine yourself as a thriving garden. The people you allow into your life are the ones tending to your soil, planting seeds, and nurturing your growth. But some, they're weeds. subtly suffocating your potential, draining your energy, and leaving you depleted. Stoicism urges us to remove these weeds without guilt. Choosing to spend time with those who genuinely respect you is like clearing out the weeds and letting the sunshine fuel your growth. This isn't selfish, it's necessary. Your peace, progress, and potential depend on the quality of the energy you allow into your space. The right people don't make you chase their approval. Here's a hard truth. People who truly respect you won't challenge your boundaries. They won't manipulate you into feeling like you're asking for too much. Real respect is effortless. It's part of who they are. They lift you up without expecting anything in return. And while this may seem like a high standard, Stoicism reminds us it's the standard we deserve. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Respect begins with you, with how you treat yourself and what you tolerate from others. In today's world, mutual respect is often overshadowed by social obligations and the fear of being alone. But as Stoic philosophy teaches us, solitude is far better than toxic company. By aligning yourself with those who honor your value, you create an environment that fosters growth, peace, and fulfillment. Are the people in your life nourishing you or draining you? Ask yourself, are they enriching your garden, or are they weeds choking your potential? The decision to remove negativity and prioritize respect isn't just about improving your relationships. It's about embodying what Stoicism truly represents: strength, clarity, self-worth. And in the end, your silence toward those who fail to respect you isn't just powerful, it's transformative. It's a declaration that you will no longer tolerate anything less than the respect you so freely give to others. Drop a comment or type, "I am growing," if you're committed to leveling up your life. Let's keep the conversation going. I'd love to hear your insights. 5. Elevate your emotional intelligence. Let's set something straight. They're counting on your reaction. Every insult, every provocation, every manipulative tactic. Why? Because your anger, frustration, and even your tears fuel their sense of control. But the moment you refuse to play their game, the moment you elevate your emotional intelligence, the moment you reclaim your inner peace, their grip on you crumbles. You stop being their puppet and become the master of your own emotional world. Untouchable, serene, unshakable, emotional intelligence, mastery, not suppression. Emotional intelligence isn't about ignoring your emotions, it's about mastering them. It's the ability to feel deeply but respond deliberately. Picture this: when they're shouting, accusing, or trying to unravel you, your calm becomes their undoing. The more you hold your ground, the more powerless they feel. Like a raging storm crashing against an unyielding mountain, their fury only exhausts them, while you remain steadfast and unmoved. In that stillness, you hold the ultimate power. Master yourself, the power of emotional control. How do you get there? It all starts with self-awareness, and let's be real, self-awareness isn't easy. When was the last time you truly sat with your emotions? No distractions, no numbing escapes, just you and your thoughts. It's uncomfortable, even painful, but it's necessary, because when you understand your triggers, you begin to master them. Ask yourself, why do certain words or actions rattle you? What stories are you telling yourself in those moments? Once you uncover these truths, you'll realize that most provocations have nothing to do with you. They're simply projections of someone else's insecurities, fears, need for control. Their behavior is not about you, it's about them. Realizing this is liberation. It's Stoic happiness in action. The energy of unshakable calm. Have you ever seen someone completely unbothered in the middle of chaos? While the world spirals around them, they remain calm, collected, untouchable. It's unnerving, isn't it? That's the energy you're cultivating every time you choose calm over chaos. And when you do, you disrupt their entire strategy. Instead of shouting back, defending yourself, reacting emotionally, you just pause, count to 3, breathe deeply, respond from a place of strength, or don't respond at all. That pause is your power, the space where you reclaim control over the narrative, the power of silence, a real-life example. Picture this. A colleague at work constantly tries to undermine you. They nitpick your efforts. They throw sly remarks in meetings. Now you could bite back, you could engage, but instead you don't. You stay focused. You let their words roll off you. You carry yourself with quiet confidence. And guess what happens? Over time, their frustration builds because their tactics aren't working. Eventually, they start losing credibility. Not because of anything you said, but because their own actions expose them. And you remain unshaken. That's modern-day Stoicism in action. The living proof of the power in silence and self-control. Your mind is your fortress. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Shield, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is a timeless reminder that while you can't control others, you can control your response. And when you do, you create an invisible barrier between yourself and their chaos. You make them question their tactics. You strip them of their power over you. Emotional intelligence, your greatest strength. Mastering your emotions isn't a destination, it's a journey. Every moment of calm strengthens your resilience. Every act of self-control reinforces your boundaries. Emotional intelligence isn't just a skill, it's your shield, your sanctuary, your path to freedom. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Most of the time, the answer will be no. Affirm this. I master my emotions, they do not master me. Write it down, repeat it daily, let it guide your actions, because when they see you standing strong, calm, and unshakable, they'll realize something important. They can no longer control you, and in that silence, in your emotional clarity, you'll destroy their attitude and elevate your life. This is your power. Use it wisely. 6. Strengthen your physical presence. Imagine this. You walk into a room and every head turns. Not because of what you're wearing, not because of what you said, but because your presence speaks louder than words. That's the silent power of a Stoic mindset. It transforms you into a force of nature, undeniable and unshakable. Strengthening your physical presence isn't just about looking confident. It's about embodying confidence so deeply that others feel it before you say a single word. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That strength begins with how you show up in the world. How do you carry yourself? Right now, check in with yourself. Are you slouched, shrinking into the background? Or are you standing tall, commanding respect with every breath? Too often, people assume they've figured you out. They see someone unsure, someone who's been beaten down by life. But here's the truth. They haven't seen the real you yet. They've underestimated you, and that's their mistake. Step into your power, unshakable presence. Now's the time. Not just to show them, but to show yourself what you're truly capable of. Because your physical presence is more than just posture. It's energy. It's the way you walk, move, and hold yourself. When you step into a room with deliberate, calm strength, you command attention. Not with noise, but with power. Picture a lion in its territory. Does it rush? Does it fidget? Number 8, it moves with quiet assurance, like it owns every inch of the ground beneath its feet. That's the energy of high-value individuals, not arrogant, not aggressive, just steady, grounded, and unshakably confident. Now, can you see yourself moving through life like that? Start small, straighten your back, roll your shoulders back, lift your chin. When you stand tall, you send a clear signal to yourself and the world, I am in control. Your body speaks. Make it work for you. Science backs this up. Your body language doesn't just influence how others see you, it changes how you see yourself. Epictetus put it best: no man is free who is not master of himself. Master your present, master your life. But here's the thing, it doesn't stop there. Strengthen your body, strengthen your mind. To build an unshakable presence, you must build an unshakable body. This isn't about fitting into someone else's standard. It's about becoming a version of yourself that feels strong, resilient, unstoppable. Exercise isn't just about fitness. It's a message to yourself. I am capable of growth. I am stronger than I was yesterday. Imagine walking through life with that undeniable sense of achievement. Can you feel how powerful that would be? When doubt creeps in, stand taller anyway. There will be days when it feels like too much. Days when you'd rather shrink than stand tall, and that's okay. Because progress isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Every single step, no matter how small, brings you closer to reclaiming your power. And when you build your physical presence, you're not just gaining strength, you're creating a foundation of confidence that no one can take away. The mountain mentality, unmovable strength. Think of yourself as a mountain, unmovable, steady, enduring. People may try to shake you, but you remain firm, because true power doesn't need to announce itself, it just is. This is the essence of a wise Stoic mentality: silent, grounded, power not flashy, not loud, but so deeply rooted in your own worth that nothing can uproot you. Affirm it. I stand strong in my presence. Say it. Believe it. Live it. Because when you show up like this, when you embody the quiet, undeniable power of someone who knows their worth, people will feel it. They'll see the shift. They'll feel the distance between who you were and who you've become. And in that moment, their attitudes will crumble under the weight of your strength. This is your moment. Take it. 7. Build a strong inner circle. Your inner circle is the foundation of your growth, strength, resilience. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Likewise, the company you keep shapes your mindset, actions, future. So ask yourself, do the people closest to you elevate you? Or do they leave you feeling drained, undervalued, or small? Because if they don't contribute to your growth, it's time to make the bold, necessary choice to change your environment. Your power lies in who you allow. In Stoicism teaches us one key truth: master what you can control. And few things are as pivotal as who you give access to your inner world. So be honest. Are the people in your life pushing you toward your best self? Or are they quietly eroding your potential? Quality over quantity. Always. A strong inner circle isn't about numbers. It's not about filling your life with people just to avoid loneliness. It's not about clinging to connections out of nostalgia or obligation. It's about checkmark, cultivating quality over quantity, choosing depth over superficiality, prioritizing loyalty over convenience. Because modern life tempts us to hold on to relationships out of habit, but Stoicism reminds us to act with reason, not emotion. So why waste energy on people who belittle your dreams? Your growth is too important for that. Guard your circle. Your power lies in who you keep close. Why stay loyal to people who dismiss your feelings or thrive on your failures? Why invest in those who are only loyal to their own interests? A core Stoic lesson is clear. Let go of anyone who no longer aligns with your values or vision. As Epictetus wisely said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The same applies to relationships. You don't need a crowd, you need a few true allies. Your life is a garden, choose who stays. Visualize your life as a garden. Every person in it is either nourishing sunlight or an invasive weed. The sunlight fuels your growth, encourages you to thrive, supports you without hidden agendas. The weeds cling to you, drain your energy, take up space without giving back. Your task? Remove the weeds, even if they feel familiar, even if letting go feels uncomfortable, because every toxic tie you cut makes space for new, healthy growth. Yes, it can feel lonely at first. Humans are creatures of habit. Severing unhealthy ties can make you question your decisions. But remember this: every weed you pull makes room for something vibrant. Every toxic relationship you leave behind creates space for authenticity, respect, and encouragement. Your inner circle is your sanctuary. Your inner circle should be your safe haven, a place where you feel checked, seen, valued, empowered. These are the people who celebrate your victories, support you in struggles, challenge you to grow without judgment. They mirror your best qualities back to you. They amplify your strength rather than diminish it. Psychology confirms what Stoicism has long taught. We absorb the qualities of those we surround ourselves with. Want growth? Surround yourself with those who are growing. Want strength? Align with those who embody resilience and discipline. Let their energy inspire yours. Trust that the right people will come. This journey requires courage and trust. Trust that when you let go of the wrong people, the right ones will appear. Trust that you deserve relationships that uplift you, not ones that weigh you down. Repeat this affirmation: I create a circle of strength and respect. Write it. Say it. Believe it. Because your energy is sacred, protect it. Those who fail to honor your value are not entitled to your time or presence. Guard your circle with intention and vigilance, because it is the foundation of your power, your peace, and your growth. Rise with strength and serenity. Building an inner circle aligned with Stoic principles doesn't just transform your relationships, it transforms your entire existence. Your silence toward negativity will speak louder than any words ever could. Your focus on purposeful connections will elevate your life beyond what you imagined. So, choose your people wisely, walk this path with intention, and watch as your life blooms with the strength and serenity that Stoicism promises. This is your moment to rise. Thank you for watching Win Stoic. Today, we explored how silence and strong boundaries dismantle toxic attitudes, a core principle of dark Stoic psychology. When you enforce your boundaries, some people will resist, but that's a reflection of them, not you. True respect will always honor your self-worth. Embrace your silence as a powerful tool for growth and clarity. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever used silence to stand your ground? How did it change the dynamics in your life? Share your experience in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic life lessons. Let's continue to grow together. Blast off.